So now you have an instrument and supplies, and you've learned how to keep your instrument safe. We have one more thing to learn before you're ready to play, and it's all about the case. There are two kinds of cases, hard cases and soft cases. The difference between them is that hard cases have a layer of styrofoam inside. This helps protect it from being hit, and also insulates it to provide just a little bit of protection against changes in temperature. A soft case doesn't have any styrofoam, and while it may or may not have a little bit of padding, it doesn't offer any real protection. You'll notice that a violin or viola usually comes with a hard case, while a cello or bass usually comes with a soft case. This is mostly because of price. A hard case for a violin or viola doesn't cost that much, but a hard case for a cello or bass can cost as much as the instrument itself. So cellists and bassists, when you're carrying your instrument around, always make sure to remember that your case offers no protection to the instrument itself. It's only there to make it easier to carry. Most cases nowadays come with backpack straps. You should take the time to adjust them now so that they fit you comfortably. Later in the year, when you wear a jacket or coat, you want to be able to adjust the length as needed. You'll notice that in the middle of each strap is a buckle. To adjust the buckle, hold the strap on one side with one hand and pull the buckle with the other. To shorten the strap, hold the top length of strap and just pull the buckle the opposite direction. You want to be just barely able to get the instrument on. If it's too loose, then when you walk it'll bounce up and down and be uncomfortable, so you want it to fit pretty snug. What if you want to carry a backpack too? Well, you can flip it around and wear it on your front like a Ninja Turtle. If you play cello or bass, be careful walking through doorways. You may need to duck down a little to avoid hitting your instrument on the door frame. In fact, it might be better just not to wear your instrument inside. So here's another way to carry your cello or bass. First, turn your instrument so that it is sideways. Position yourself so that the bridge is facing into the middle of your body. Reach with your outside arm around and grab a strap, and then pick it up. The neck will be resting on top of your shoulder, and the shoulder of your instrument will be resting on your belly or your chest. This is a really safe way to carry your instrument because most of it is in front of you where you can see it. You can open doors and guide it through doorways. You can make sure that you avoid hitting any walls or corners. And if a little kid comes running by, you can move real fast to get it out of the way of danger. Do you remember from the last video that we always lay cellos and basses down on their sides? Well, the same is true when they're in their cases. The only time we lay them flat is when we're going to take the instrument out. Speaking of which, this is how to open your case. First, make sure it's not upside down. The backpack straps should be on the bottom, and the bridge bulge should be on the top. If you lay your case down with the weight resting on the bridge might move on your instrument, throwing your whole instrument out of whack. If you have a hard case, it's pretty straightforward from there. Just unzip or unlatch it and open it up. For soft cases, it's a little more involved. First, before doing anything else, make sure to take out your bow. Set it somewhere that it won't be stepped on. If you were to leave the bow in the case, then when you take your instrument out, you might snap the bow in half. Next, unzip it. Most cello and bass cases have two zippers because the end pin sticks out in between. At this point, many cases will simply open up. Although some, like this one, the zipper doesn't go all the way to the end. So you have to kind of lift your instrument out sideways. When putting your instrument away, make sure the flat part of the case is down. Then take the flat part of your instrument, its back, and put it on the flat part of the case. Tuck the lip around the edges of the instrument. Make sure that you have a bulge for the bridge on top, and then close it up and zipper it up. If you try to put it in backwards, it'll noticeably not fit, and you should be able to tell right away that something's wrong. If you play a floor instrument, make sure you only zip the zipper until it gets close to the end pin. Even if you can close the zipper all the way, you should always leave a little bit of a gap, otherwise the end pin will break through the case and eventually ruin the zipper. If you play a shoulder instrument, make sure to take your shoulder pad off before putting your instrument in the case. If you leave your shoulder pad on, then your instrument will be too tall to fit, and you could break your bridge or push it through the top of your instrument. Many violin and viola cases have a space for a shoulder pad, but some do not. For my old case here, I bought a pouch to hold my shoulder pad. But if you have one of the foam shoulder pads, there's another way that you can fit it in there. Take the thickest point of the shoulder pad and put it in between the scroll and the peg box. You'll see there's a little gap there. This will make sure that the pressure isn't on the instrument. However, the pressure will be on the case, so eventually that case will collapse. But it's a lot easier to repair a case than it is to repair an instrument. Most violin and viola cases come with an instrument cover. This will protect it in case the bow spinner breaks. The shiny side of the cloth is intended to face down towards the instrument, though I'm not convinced it really matters. If you don't have a fancy cover, you can use your rosin cloth too. When putting your instrument away, if you have a soft case, make sure to put your bow in after your instrument. Remember, to keep your bow safe, it should always be the first thing out of the case and the last thing into the case. Most cases come with little compartments to hold your supplies. If your case is big enough, it might even be able to hold your book. Don't try to cram too much into an outside pouch though, or else the zipper will break. Alright, you've made it through the introduction videos. Make sure you fill out the worksheet. I'll be collecting it in class. The next video series will be teaching you how to earn your white belt in the String Samurai program, so you'll be learning how to hold and play your instrument. See you then.